Alright, so I've got my automatic filling device there on the mash cylinder. So what the deal is here is we have a lift, bit of a lift here, okay, and so just by lifting it just a little bit, we've had to change a few things, and this line is too short. Had to reroute this. So you just take it off of that clip there, and I'll move this little dum-dum, I'll move it up and stick it in this one. And I drilled a hole here for this to go into, okay, 1/4 inch hole. Or no, sorry, that's 3/16 hole, sorry. And so what I'm gonna do now I've already had the brake lines made, and these were about, about $35 a piece, or 40 or something in that range. These are brake quip stainless steel braided brake lines with a black vinyl whatever coating on them. They have a bunch of different colors you could get. I didn't really care because they get dirty and nasty anyway. But so the end is a little different than what the factory end is. The factory end has this little jog in it, and I've already done the other side and had it bolted on, and it looked fine with the way it all worked out. Whoops. With the way it all worked out, so I'm cool with it. I mean, I've done things like this before, so I haven't really had too many problems with sort of rearranging things a bit. I mean, in the perfect world, I mean, this is great, but it'll work with just this eyelet on the end, and I'll show that in the end. So what's happening here now is that I need these brackets. Okay, there's a bracket here and there's a bracket here, so I'm going to clamp these brackets to it and bend this out a little bit so that I can get this old brake line out, because I want to reuse those brackets with the new brake line. So I'll bend them out, get these out, install them on this, crimp them back, and fill it up with silicone. And of course, silicone is the very last thing. After I get everything bolted down and everything in the right place, then I'm gonna set it down, silicone everything. The suspension is in compression right now. I do have a jack stand on it, but it is in compression because I've got the jack on the lower control arm to push it up so that I have a good idea about where it's going to sit while you're driving down the road. So I can set my brake line lengths and get everything in the right spot. So I'm going to start on these, and let me get that set up, and I'll give you an idea what's going on, but I'm not going to take you through all that because it takes a bit of prying and teasing to get that little feller out. Okay, so I've got all that clamped down, and I'm going to go in there with some pry tools and some vice grips and everything I got in the world, and bend this out a bit. And I might have to adjust a few things to get it so I can get a grab on it, but you get the idea. I'm not going to be able to do it all with the camera because I'll probably knock the camera over and destroy something. There is one thing I was going to note here while I was looking at stuff. We do have a place where the brake line has started to fail right here. So I mean, this type of, you have to keep track of things like this, but in this case here, we're going upgrading to the stainless steel braided lines. The factory lines are too short, so you don't have a choice, but this type of stuff you got to keep an eye on. We do not want a brake failure, so I'll take a picture of somewhere in the middle here, but not the whole thing. Okay, so that's kind of how we want it to be, just enough slack to get that old brake line in. Now the new stainless braided brake line is a bit smaller, so even if this is just a bit tighter to get it out, that's fine. So this one's ready to rock and roll. I got it out. Now I just need to pry this one out. Now see, I'm doing this while the brake lines are still connected. Everything is connected, so we're not dripping brake fluid everywhere. So I'll get everything set up as far as possible, and then remove the ends and reconnect the new line all at one time so we don't have brake fluid going nuts everywhere. So okay, so I've got both of my brackets cleaned up pretty good. Got them spread out so that my stainless braided brake line will fit in there. That's both the brackets there. So let's have a look and see how things look. All right, so it's gonna fit in here like this, and see here, go up there. That's kind of how things are gonna look. It's gonna sit there like that, and when I get it all clamped down, it'll definitely look a lot better than that. But so that'll fit there. Okay, so I'm gonna catch everybody up. My phone overheated, so I've got my ABS wire on. I've got everything on and tight. That's what it all looks like. So when I get this connected, okay, I'll make sure all my distances are right and fill it up full of silicone. But that's what everything looks like. Sorry, I'm trying to get the back of it there. And so this is where this is at. This is just kind of how I clocked it. It looks good right there. I'm happy with it. We don't need much movement here. Just only caliper in and out. So as long as this doesn't touch the tire or get in the way of anything, it's fine. And of course this right here stays in the same place all the time. It moves up and down with the suspension. The thing where it gets tricky is when you turn the tire. Okay, so that's where you have to keep track of this, where it's at, and how much slack it has in it. So this is how it all looks. Now this little bracket that goes here need to be clearanced because when I went to the hydraulic shop and got this, they don't have it keyed, you know, a factory keyed thing. So I got the die grinder and I clearanced it, and of course when you do anything like that, it takes the finish off. So I got it painted. I'm waiting for the paint to dry, and of course it's about to pour down rain on me. We need all the rain we can get. So I'm about to stick this thing together and call it good. I hope this helps somebody. What we did is I duplicated the line, put an eyelet, and then I probably added about 3 inches to it to make it so that this lift is compensated for with the length of hose. So it looks like it all worked out good. You know, of course we changed this. I got it stuck in here. I drilled a 3/16 hole here for this, and so this all looks good. So we're in good shape. I hope this helps somebody. Please subscribe. Have a great day.